Decided to coach because I was struck by a couple facts I heard in a one-to-one presentation. The first fact was that nearly 25% of local students are third graders are not reading at grade level. And the second fact was that authorities use third grade literacy rates to predict future prison populations. That seemed sad to me.
We were struggling with some literacy rates at some of the schools that you would ordinarily think wouldn't have a problem, but they do.
We have a lot of data in our kindergarten screenings that were telling us that children weren't necessarily coming to school behind, but maybe just not quite as prepared as we would hope that they would be. And a lot of that data is around early literacy.
I needed to do something to help even one student. If I can make a difference in one student's life and help that student read better, understand what he's reading better, then I just felt like I needed to do that.
A child's ability to read really does have a profound impact on their path in life, and so I'm impressed that one-to-one is such an organized solution to a very real problem.
If I can make a difference in the life of a child by teaching them to read, then I need to make that difference. And it sets a good example for my children. It sets a good example for the people I work with and the people I work for. I honestly think if we had everybody in the community working with children, the world would be a better place.
By being able to have volunteers that work for our partner organizations to finally be able to take a first-hand approach to Success by Six work in our community has been invaluable.
It can sound like that.
I think there are oftentimes not enough opportunities for a retired adult or a business person or someone in a church or a service organization to get involved in the daily life of a student. And the one-to-one program is ideal because it's a simple once-a-week format where a coach is able to meet for 35 minutes and make a difference in the student's academic career.
I know for some people when they first hear about this, they think, oh, 35 minutes a week. For a teacher, 35 minutes a week of focused time with a student is a gift. And these teachers, I think, are understanding how to take full advantage of that gift.
Or very. When a community member becomes a literacy coach, they're able to make a measurable difference in the life of a student. And collectively, these coaches are able to move the needle for student achievement. So often, it's so hard to measure progress in education. Moving that needle takes forever. And this is a program when you start with a student and you see where that student is, and by the time you've worked with that student, even a few weeks, the progress that I've seen, the improvement in him, and the testing in his classroom and showing improvement. For me, that's the greatest benefit of the program.
Her words per minute, she started at a 70 and she finished at 147. I was very proud of her. She reads fluently now. She didn't read fluently before. She stops at the end of a sentence. She didn't do that. And she gained self-confidence.
One of the most amusing changes is that when we began, I would read to him, but now Josh likes to say, I want to read, I want to read.
Students have to have a meaningful adult in their life at each stage of life. Many times that's the classroom teacher, and many times obviously that's the parent at home, but the research shows at least one. If you can build a support network around that child, classroom teacher, adult at home, and then people like coaches, the odds get much greater. And that only comes through building relationships. These kids want to trust and believe in someone.
They understand that someone from the outside, someone who has other things to do, is coming into their school and spending 35 minutes with them. I think that's very, very important.
The first day I met Charlie, he said, I hate to read. And by the second and third session, as we got to know each other, we built a special relationship. And before very long, he was looking forward to each week. And by the end of the year, he had built himself up to, not only because of that, because his teachers were wonderful as well, but he was back on reading level going into fourth grade, which made me feel really good.
I love the idea of one-to-one because it's allowing businesses to finally walk the talk. They always say, we care about children, we care about our nonprofit and social service agencies, we care about our employees giving back, but the reality is it's very hard for most employees to give back to our communities. So by a business saying, you can go on my time, that's a business saying, we care about the future of our region. So it's kind of twofold. What the child gets out of it is amazing, and it can't even have words put on it just to have that positive, caring person in their life every week. But I like what it's doing for businesses. It's challenging them to step up in how they can support us as a region.
Our staff work in very busy places, and so they often don't get as much time to deal with children or adults on a one-to-one basis. And so this was a great opportunity to get the staff out into the public and to work with people on a very personal level.
I have a sense that I'm making a difference in the life of a child, and that's very, very fulfilling to know that I can change the outcome for someone's life by helping them read.
As grown-ups, we seldom, especially if we don't have small children, we seldom get the opportunity to really look in the eyes of one child and see the kind of difference we're making in their life. And it's just, it's life-changing. It really is.
To hear that the highlight of the student's week is when you were coming to the school, I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're a high school student or you're a retired teacher or a superintendent of the school district. That makes your day. So it did. It brought me back to what brought me into education.
It's an amazing program. They look forward to seeing you. She waited every week. She ran down the hallway and didn't want it to be over. And I think if everybody knew how that felt, everybody would do it.